Hi, I'm Doyle Bishop with Tulsa Heaters Midstream. On this channel, you can expect to hear about all things related to process heating, but sometimes the topics aren't technical, but most of the time they are, so thanks for joining.
Hi, I'm Doyle Bishop with Tulsa Heaters Midstream. Today I want to talk to you about a burner management system. And it's actually a burner management system on an operating furnace at a job site. So let's break it down. So burner management is a fancy word for saying, hey, this system turns on and turns off the fuel gas. But it also controls the fuel gas. It controls it to maintain a temperature of the process coming out of the heater. The most important job that it does is turning off the fuel gas when it needs to be turned on. Because we're dealing with something that's industrial scale, and we can't have a problem that doesn't go unnoticed. In the burner management system, its job is to notice problems and turn the gas off. So let's start with how does it come in, where's the gas come in, and then where does it go? So this is the line coming in, the natural gas is a fuel coupling in the system, works its way down. First thing we have is a strainer. We have any solids in the system. Then we go to a pressure regulator, which maintains the constant pressure on a control valve, which we'll get to in a second. But before we get there, we've got a flow meter, because sometimes customers want to know how much fuel are they burning. And so they have a flow meter to measure it and record how much fuel is being burnt. So then before it goes to the main area, you get a takeoff here. This is our pilot takeoff. So we get some gas off the main line, goes up into a pilot line. Here's a pilot regulator, and then it works its way down. So follow me over here, and we'll get to the rest of the burner bench. Let's start with the main pipe train. This is the main pipe train. It delivers fuel to the main part of the burner. This is an isolation valve. It's a safety shutoff valve. So if bad things happen, like if we have a high temperature excursion, or the flame goes out, or we lose the combustion air, this guy shuts. It not only shuts, it has a sister valve here, it also shuts. So both of these guys shut. They're automated valves. You have a problem, boom, they shut. Not boom, boom's a bad word to use when I'm talking about burner management system. Bang, they shut. How's that? That's better. So they not only shut, there's also what's called a bleed line. And there's a little valve here that opens up, and it takes pressure off of this last valve. Because sometimes valves don't shut all the way. Sometimes you get a few bubbles of gas that escapes. And so what you want to do is allow a safe place for that gas to bubble out, and that's the bleed line. The term for this is double block and bleed. This is your double block, this is your bleed. Very standard for a burner management system. So we work our way past the safety shutoff valves. We get to this guy. This is a control valve. So the control valve is constantly moving, and it's trying to track a temperature. It's trying to maintain a temperature of the gas that you're heating coming out of the heater. So let's say we're trying to heat to 400 degrees coming out the pipe, coming out of the heater, trying to heat that gas to 400. This adjusts the gas flow rate to make sure that we keep that 400 degrees. Usually it's around 2 or 3. If I go up to 402 or down to 398, but it's constantly moving, getting a signal to change and adjust the fuel flow rate. And then we also have a pressure switch or pressure transmitter. So if we have situations where the gas pressure, for whatever reason, is too high, it's one of those safety shutdowns. So gas pressure gets too high, shuts the valve off, goes to a safety dig. But here, it's cleared to go to the burner. So here it goes. If you can see, it actually delivers to the burner right here, to the main flame, and we have some fire. So let's talk real quickly about the pilot train. You remember earlier in the video, saw where the pilot took off. So this pilot gas, kind of a similar concept. We have safety shut off here, another safety shut off right here, and then we have a bleed valve right here. Same scenario. Things go wrong, you have some kind of problem, You want to safely shut down the gas, not only to the main flame, but also to the pilot flame. So let's take a trip over and look at the control panel. So all the equipment for the burner management system is controlled right here. This is the brains of it. This is control panel. So in this control panel, we have what's called flame safeguard. We have process control. Flame safeguard are all the interlocks that turns the gas off. Get a problem with the temperature or pressure, it's going to say turn the gas off, shut the safety valves. All that information is coming from here, the control panel. So at the control panel, we'll have a touch screen, and I don't think you'll be able to see it due to reflection, but there's a touch screen in here called an HMI, and that's really where most of the interaction is with the control panel. There's a custom screen on there where you can do things. You can adjust the firing rate. You can do a lot of things, just temperature set points from this touch screen. Down here are some indicating lights. You also have a panel power on, and then if all else fails, you got what's called an ESD. We can just turn the whole thing off right there, and that's a control panel.
Hey, thanks for joining. If you enjoyed this episode, hit like or subscribe to get more information about process heating and Tulsa Heaters Midstream.